Hey guys. Um, I started getting into Batman the Animated Series again. I used to love that show. I don't know how many times I was Batman for Halloween, but then I saw the Superman um, cartoon as well, but I wasn't as much into that. But the whole Nietzsche thing with the Ubermensch and, first declaring the Superman and Christopher Reeve is a Libra, you're the dragon, and so was Nietzsche. Christopher Reeve played Superman. There's a lot of weird coincidences. But then I noticed the Superman series. Um, it began September 1996. That's pretty much the week Tupac got shot. He died on Friday the 13th. And then it ended February 12th, the year 2000. This was the exact day of my bar mitzvah, when I supposedly become a man in Jewish culture. But I'm a Christian now, obviously. But I just thought it was weird that Superman ended the day I became a man, so I didn't need these cartoons to give me, my confidence or whatever. I don't know what that means, but that exact date just happened to be the day I had my bar mitzvah, because my birthday is February 10th, 1987. Oh, yeah, and this is the year of the dragon, 2000. But other than that, I was looking into pi again, and we all know the first verse of Genesis is the value, if you add up all the letters in Hebrew, is 2701. Now, what's interesting, if you incorporate pi into it, pi is it hides biblical numbers everywhere, and mathematicians aren't looking in the right place, and religious people aren't looking in the right place. Science and religion, they say, never mix, and yet God created science. um, so if you look at pi, and look for 2701, the first occurrence of 2701 is at decimal 165 in pi. Okay, so the 2 is at 165, the 7's at 166, 0 is at 167, and the 1 is at 168. The sum of those positions is 666. Okay, this is not a coincidence. I don't know how many times I've said that, but it's just not. And we know that if we put 2701 in a bunch of dots, it's a perfect triangle. Um, and it's all tied together. It's a beautiful harmony, and biblical people need to realize the mathematical beauty of God as well. And my last video, I was showing how 2017 could be the beginning of the end times, October specifically, because that's exactly what Terminator Genesis says, and that's exactly when the Sukkot is, October 5th, 2017. When you do pi divided by 210 times 10 raised to the 10th power, you get the exact amount of distance the sun is from the Earth on October 5th, 2017. And so 2701 is obviously an anagram of 2017. So it's another hint that we are approaching that time. Okay, and then you could just read this to get the full enchilada. And you can see 2017's composite is 2368, which is the exact value of Jesus Christ in Greek. Okay, so signs are everywhere, and we're at the end time, so there's going to be even more signs for us. Um, I thought it was weird that a composite of 163 was 210, but right before it is 162. 162 is the value for Benjamin, which is my name, and 210 was my birthday. Now, if it was the exact same, then I'd be tripping out, but it was just one away, so I thought that was just cool enough to mention. All right, now let's look for more stuff in pi. 144,000, we all know, is the elect. And I showed you before how it pretty much had my birthday here, missing one decimal, 210,987 versus 210,1987. But I noticed over here it has 152, and 152 is the value for Benjamin. Um, okay, depending upon if you have that extra yud or not, which would be 162, because yud equals 10. So it's almost my birthday and pretty much my name and 144,000 in between. And I think that's why I'm helping people along. I'm not going to be cocky and say I'm going to be raptured. I'm just saying I'm helping people find a spiritual thing. Maybe I'll be a tribulation saint and tell people why the world ended and just say this is us being tested. Okay? And then what I noticed, if you type 152, which is Benjamin again, which in Hebrew means sons of the right hand, which goes into the whole elect thing. Jesus put the sheep in his right and the goats in his left hand. It's at position 324 in pi. And then I did 162, it's at position 1324 in pi. So Benjamin, and not only that, but it has 210 right here. You see, and the 152 again, and then the 210. So, see, I find it very interesting that my name is Sons of God, or Sons of the Right Hand, and that it hides 210 constantly. And 210 is not only just February 10th, but it's an actual triangular number, just like 2701. All right, and I looked for Jesus Christ, which is 2368. And then right after it is 288, which is 144 times 2. So Jesus Christ picks his elect. It's already chosen. You can't do anything about it. I mean, God created the end from the beginning, so why are we struggling and fighting to be saved when we're predestined or we're not? And then I just did 1, 2, 3, 4, just for kicks, and I saw 2187, which is almost 21087. But just like Star Wars, Finn's number, the black dude, was FN 2187. It's not being narcissistic. It's just opening your eyes to the synchronicities around you. We wouldn't have Carl Jung if we wouldn't have his concepts if he didn't incorporate it into his own personal life. And then I did 1460, which is just Christ, and then 10 digits after, this is the first time 1460, Christ, appears. 10 digits after is 888, which is Jesus. Okay? I think that's really cool. I mean, pi hides the word of God in gematria, so you got to know both to take it seriously. And of course I did 2012 because 2012 is a huge, it was the Mayan calculation of pretty much the age of Aquarius, essentially. And all the gun control started with Newtown at the end, and the Batman shooting, and it was just the beginning of the end, pretty much. And I found it interesting that it was at the 7200th digit, because in Mayan mathematics, 7200 is a huge calendar interval, and then right before it is 72. So 72 is the precession of the equinox. It takes 72 years for just 1 degree. Okay, so 2012 was the beginning of the age of the cusp of Aquarius and Pisces, or it was at the beginning of the age of Aquarius. Okay, whereas 72 years prior, it was the cusp of Aquarius Pisces. But 2012, it's officially Aquarius. That's what some people believe. We can never know. And I did 216. It's a very important gematria number. And then I saw my birthday once again, right before it. Okay, not my birthday, just another triangular number, okay? And this is the number we used to find October 5th, 2017. Pi divided by 210 times 10 raised to the 10th power is the exact amount of distance from the sun to Jerusalem in kilometers on October 5th, 2017, the first day of Sukkot. And it happens to be the exact month Terminator Genesis said the machines take over the world. Then I did, I've already done this one before, 111, which is Lord our God is Echad. Adonai Echad equals 111 in Hebrew. And it's at the 153rd digit. And the 153 fish in John 21 are the fish of God. And then a couple digits after, you see 2701 again. Okay, all the biblical numbers are hiding close together or hiding in the amount of digits away it is from 14159 whatever pi. I mean, pi is hidden in Genesis 1, so pi will hide all the rest of the Bible as well. And then I looked for 153 itself, and then I find 152 kind of in the same proximity, which is son of the right hand, and then the fish. I mean, John 21 is, all about the fish. Anyway, I love this stuff. I'm a weird Aquarius, so I like to combine what shouldn't be combined. They say Aquariuses think ahead of their time. And I'm not going to say astrology is the devil, because it's been proven time and time and time again. I mean, just the other day I predicted that someone had, what was it? I just predicted all the time. I predicted people had Mars in Cancer, Moon in Capricorn, Mars in Gemini. It's just There's a pattern. And if you believe in predestination, then you will also believe that God does pattern your days and does pattern your moods according to the space and time around us. I'm not worshiping any planets. I'm worshiping the fact that the planets, I'm worshiping God who lets the planets affect us. Okay. Anyway, you also see 360 right here, which is the perfect circle in degrees. So it just keeps going on and on. But this was the main interesting thing to me, was that in pi, the first time 2701 occurs is at the 165th position. So you add 165 plus the 266.7. 166.7 plus 0 is at 167 plus 1 is 168, the sum of which is 666. Okay? Tell your math teacher that and watch them roll their eyes and not be predestined to give a crap. Later.